If you are joining me today, thank you. My name is Jessica Ott, and I am an emotional freedom technique or a tapping coach. So I work with women who are struggling with overwhelm to calm and regulate their nervous systems, find more ease and clarity in their life, and discover new empowered possibilities for themselves. And I love sharing the modality with others because it helped me so much in my journey. And I will share my story with you in a little bit about how I got started with EFT and how it came into my life in just a minute. Hopefully, you guys have enjoyed some of the more recent lives. I know Amy and Becky and Sherry posted lives this month. There was kind of a spark reignited in the group to share for Women's History Month and for for the spring equinox. And I'm not sure how many of you all have felt in the last week or so really strongly like a resurgence of like new energy and new ideas. For me, it's been just a beautiful week full of inspiration. I attended an online women's business conference and was just had this spark reignited in me to really share what I have to share with the world, to really bring my knowledge and the gifts forward in what I've learned in my journey so that I can help other women and folks who were like me who were really struggling with nervous system regulation for a long time. So that, that I feel that resurgence of spring, the new life energy coming forward, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing what spring brings, and just kind of following my inner guidance of all of the intuitions and the little sparks and the little breadcrumbs that are popping up as I am asking for answers, and I'm receiving little bits and nuggets of wisdom coming in here and there. So let me share with you, if you're in this group, I'm sure that you have the Wild Women's Book of Prosperity or have taken a look at it or paged through it. It's a great read. My chapter is on page 125 and it's called The Freedom of Feeling It All. And it's about emotional freedom and how I cultivate it in my life and how it has just helped me on my path to feel more alive, more free, and more authentic in my expression, and just more safe and comfortable and grounded in my body and as a human being on this planet. So I highly recommend you check it out if you are at all interested. There's some really great stories in this book. There are some really good stories. Like, it's amazing how much you can learn from listening to story and the journey that other people have taken, like women in particular, and overcoming hardships and overcoming things in their life, and then wanting to share that wisdom with others. And it helps connect us all, like on a unified field where we can all partake in that energy of feeling uplifted and empowered when we share our stories with each other. So story is so powerful. It's just a beautiful thing. So I'll start. I have some notes here, so I might look down from time to time. And I wanted to talk about what emotional freedom is and what it means to me first. So for me, emotional freedom means feeling fully expressed. It means feeling fully free to be who I am in the world, to be in my authentic truth, and to just step forward as the most truthful and authentic version of me. So I don't have any worry about speaking my truth about saying who I am, about expressing my emotions freely, and feeling like I'm safe in the world, feeling like I am like loved by the universe. And so cultivating that is a practice. I have a definition by Psychology Today. It says increasing emotional freedom is increasing your ability to love by cultivating positive emotions and compassionately witnessing negative ones. So being emotionally free doesn't mean that we push aside negative emotions. It doesn't mean that we ignore what we're feeling. It doesn't mean that we bypass what we're feeling. It means that we feel it all, that we take the so called negative emotions just the same as we take the positive emotions. And really, in truth, there's no negative emotions or positive emotions. They're all just emotions, right? Just along a spectrum um, of feelings and emotions that come up. So there's really no good and there's really no bad. It's just whatever you're feeling, but we tend to label them as good or bad. And then a lot of times they get repressed in a way that's unhealthy and unhelpful. So emotional freedom means to be feeling free to express yourself, like even the negative emotions, even the emotions like anger, fear, sadness, guilt, shame, those types of emotions, and feeling free to express the positive ones as well. So, happiness, joy, um, fulfillment, hopefulness, contentment, and all of those emotions are like just as valid. Like, no one is more valid than the other. And when we feel free to express every emotion on the whole spectrum, it lightens and unlifts the stagnant energy in your body that keeps you in the same space, keeps you feeling. A lot of people say stuck. So, um, so what does it mean to you? So think about that for a second. What do you define emotional freedom as? I don't think I have any viewers at the moment, so just think about it for a second and see if you can think about what emotional freedom means to you. And maybe you're just exploring it for the first time. Maybe you're like, yes, I know emotional freedom. I'm familiar with emotions. I have a feelings wheel. I know the vibrational scale, all these things. So it can be at all different places in terms of how we define emotional freedom. So, why is it important? Why is it important to be emotionally free? Um, so, we live in a society that has a lot of programming. So, there's a lot of unconscious programs that are run through the narrative of society that we pick up when we're children and tend to carry with us throughout our life. And so, a lot of times we become unconsciously lost to those programs, and a lot of our behaviors evolve around them. So, they evolve around, just got a notification there. Okay. They evolve around the programs that we were taught growing up. Sometimes we are instilled in by the school system or our parents or caregivers or people around us, like programs of unworthiness or programs of having to do things a certain way, have programs of having to be perfect to be loved or acceptable in society. And there's no such thing as perfect, by the way. And I'm getting a notification, so hopefully this is coming through okay. I hope so. Okay, I got a comment. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate it. And she said, emotional freedom allows me the freedom to express all the ranges of emotions I might feel. own them, understand them, allow them to guide me and inform me. Yes, that's super important. Allowing your emotions to guide you and telling you, like, hey, this is okay, or hey, this is not okay. It's really important to have that guidance system in our everyday lives. Janet says, being secure to express myself without having the feeling of judgment. It's okay to have feelings. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Without having that feeling of judgment. I think a lot of us have such a fear of being judged, um, for who we are in our natural expression. Like when we're kids and we express ourselves and we're told to like be quiet or sit down and or do this, do that, be this way, be that way, and and that somehow programs us to contain ourselves when we really want to express. And so, yes, definitely the feeling of being in a non judgmental space. And for me, my healing came, I'll talk about this in a little bit, but my healing came when I found myself in safe community, in safe spaces where I was able to fully express myself, who I was, without judgment, even in all of my messiness, and just be loved, like just be loved and accepted for who I was as a human, with like no expectation at all, no judgment, just love and acceptance. And so I wish that for everyone, to have the experience of being in a community, being in a safe container where they feel safe to express themselves, because sometimes out in society we don't feel that way around, maybe our coworkers, people at work, or in different groups that we belong to, or just out in general. So it's good to have that, because it gives you more confidence in yourself, in knowing who you are and feeling free to express yourself as you are. So let's see if I want to say anything else. So along with the programming society, sometimes, like as has happened in many cases, you might read some stories in the book, and in my story in particular, sometimes like the dissonance between who you are and what's expected of you, or the difference between what you're doing and then what lights you up in the world is so great that it feels really heavy, having this expectation of having to put on a mask for society. And I think it's really so interesting how in the past few years we've all been wearing masks, and that now we're coming out of taking the masks off, and people are really coming into a space where they want to truly express themselves, truly be authentic, and truly be who they are in the world, and just take advantage of this one precious life, this one opportunity that we have, to really just enjoy ourselves on this planet and be who we were meant to be here on this earth, and be and do what makes us happy and what makes us feel fulfilled internally. So yeah, I'm gonna take a sip of water. So going back to the stories in the book here, you'll read a lot of stories where women find themselves kind of at a turning point, where spirit, God, a higher power, the universe gives us a wake-up call and is like, okay, is this how you are really wanting to live your life? Can you really go forward in this way anymore? And there just becomes a point where things become intolerable, because either something happens and the universe or life forces you to make changes in your life and how you're living your life, or you're actually, you realize that you're hiding who you are. You're containing all of your brilliance, all of your joy, all of your gifts, and the full expression of who you really are. And it just becomes intolerable after a period of time. So this is something that I did actually in my own life. So I went through a, let's see, I'm gonna start a little bit earlier. So I used to work in healthcare. I used to work in inpatient physical therapy, and it was my dream. I essentially obtained my dream job where I was working in a really great center, beautiful view of the Rocky Mountains, like, you know, top notch um, care and coworkers. And it was like everything that I had thought that I had wanted and was going for in life. Um, but, you know, once I had the things that I thought that I wanted, the job, you know, the stability in my living situation, the friend group and everything, I thought there's something more, there's something missing here. And slowly I started to kind of fall into a like depression, and it just snowballed. So I started isolating myself. And I remember, I'll never forget this one day at work when I knew that it was like a problem. I had, it was Thanksgiving Day, and I had rolled up at work, and that was when, you know, there was, in healthcare, there's really no days off. You work all holidays. But I remember rolling up, and I had such a feeling of dread and anxiety, and I never could pinpoint where it was coming from. And that day, I had the worst panic attack that I had ever had in my life. Like, I really, literally just, it was completely debilitating. I remember sitting in my car hyperventilating and just really feeling like completely lost. Like, it was that stopping point, that turning point where the dissonance was so great, um, between the truth of who I was and the life that I was living, that it just all kind of came to a head that day. And I remember I was like hyperventilating in the car, and one of my sweet coworkers came out and was just trying to talk to me, and I didn't know how to calm myself down. And I just knew, I knew that things needed to change, and that really started my inquiry into, okay, how am I going to navigate this? How am I going to navigate this extreme anxiety, this depression, and this everything that snowballing and led to that day? And just to shorten the story a little bit, I ended up trying a lot of things. I did talk therapy. I did medications. I tried some groups, but they just weren't the right fit for me. And I pretty much rejected everything. I wanted to stay isolated. I wanted everything to be controlled and contained. And there was a part of me that wanted to um, move forward, but there was a part of me that felt like I still had to contain myself. And so the first thing that I found that really helped me was journaling. So I felt like I couldn't express myself, I couldn't be free in my emotional expression. And so I just journaled everything. So, and I still do this when I'm having a hard day. I will journal it, just write, and then shred it or burn it, do what I need to. And that is a beautiful thing to do, if and highly recommended, especially if you're in a situation where you maybe you want to express something to someone or about a certain situation where you can't actually do it in person. You can't do it like verbally because it might cause it might cause more conflict than it would resolve the situation. So journaling is great for that. And I started to, I'm getting a frog, excuse me. So I started to find my my voice and my expression through journaling and writing, and it was like so healing for me to have that outlet, to just know that I could journal. And it was really how I discovered so much about myself and who I was and what I like, what I loved and what I didn't love. And I just discovered so much about myself journaling and writing, and I still do it today. It's it's such a beautiful thing for me. It's one of my favorite practices, um, to feel self-expressed. And then I started tapping. So I found tapping, EFT tapping, emotional freedom technique, um, through an app. And I would do these little 3 to 5 minute taps. And that was all I could handle at the time for my nervous system. I was too keyed up and too wired up to even really sit and meditate. So people would tell me, you need to meditate and do yoga. And I said, okay, I don't have I was so anxious. I'm telling you, it was hard for me to sit still. I over exercised like crazy to just try and burn off so much of that anxiety. And it really, that snowballed as well. And it really ended up just being detrimental because I was so exhausted all the time. And so I just started with these little taps on the app, and it just gave me a sense of peace and a sense of calm and helped me feel like, okay, well, I don't have to see the big picture, but I can go to the next hour, or I can go to the next day, um, and just stay present. And that's one of the more beautiful gifts that um, tapping brings, um, is this return back to the present moment, um, where all of the magic happens. That's where all the magic happens, guys. Like right here, right now, in the present moment, doing what you're doing. The past is gone, the future's not here. It's just the present. And as I progress on my journey, I see this more and more and more, that like our true safety lies in just staying present with ourselves and right in the moment where we're at. So tapping has helped me immensely with that. Um, I felt like I could start taking tiny little actions that were in more alignment with my truth. As a chronic people pleaser, I found that I could say no a little bit more when I meant no, and yes when I meant yes, and just take these tiny little actions to take care of myself more and more each day. So the more I tapped, the more I was able to feel free to do what I really want to. And I felt more free to express myself, like verbally and also in the actions that I took every day. So from there, I started improving every area of my life. I had a calmer nervous system on a daily basis, which allowed me to think more clearly and make better decisions. I was able to start improving my relationship with the people around me, since I had distanced and alienated myself from everybody, including my family. And I felt like I was getting my life force energy back very slowly. And all of these little actions started adding up. And I had an opportunity to attend a week long retreat. It was a group container, and it was a higher investment than I had done for anything ever in my life. It just seemed like it seemed outrageous at the time. And it was also super scary because I knew that I was putting myself out there to be seen and heard in a group of other people. And I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't have control over what was going to happen, what these people would think of me if I had to act a certain way. And that gave me the highest anxiety, I think, of anything. Just caring so dang much about what people thought of me all the time. And I still catch myself doing that sometimes, I'm not gonna lie. But it's a lot better because I know that the best thing I can do for other people is to be true to who I am and my needs and what I really want. And people appreciate that when I'm expressed my truth. They might not like it, but they'll appreciate the honesty. They really will. And this was also a chronic people pleaser. Yeah, I appreciate the discussion how to take simple steps to honor personal truth. Yeah, versus molding myself to others' expectations. Thank you for that. Yeah, yeah. It's so easy to do too, right? It's just if especially if it's been something that you know we've just done our whole lives, or we've seen our family do, or the people around us do. You know, it makes sense. So I definitely I definitely feel you there, Elizabeth. And let's see. So the group container, the week-long retreat, it was it was luxurious, and people were kind, and I fought it every single minute I was there. But I was met with full acceptance. I was like the problem child. I was like the one that they didn't know what to do with. And I couldn't relax and let go of control and trust the process. And their motto there was trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. We heard it all week long. And and I had the hardest time letting go and trusting the process. But these people that were around me, we had a big group and then a smaller group. And in our small little group, we all came from different backgrounds, knew nothing about each other, and just completely different life situations. But throughout that week, I felt held in so much love, even though I was like the grumpy butt of the group and the one that everyone was like, okay. I had never been met like that before, with non judgment and just acceptance and pure love. And it really, it was a turning point for me that changed my life and just gave me hope and motivation to move forward, because before that week I was at rock bottom. I was at the lowest of lows, and I was thinking about checking out of the planet. And I feel like somewhere I knew deep, deep down inside that that wasn't going to be an option for me. But the pain of feeling that for so long had really just got to me. So being in that safe space and actually seeing that it was possible that I could be held in love by complete strangers and just me being my messy little self, that was such beautiful medicine. And it was the beginning of healing my heart. So I really just have such a heart for like group support in um, the way that these closed containers um, that I have been involved with. And this is not just this retreat that I went on, but since then I've been on other retreats, small women's groups, Facebook groups, small intimate circles where I feel safe sharing. And the more I put myself out there in these groups, and the more I feel fully expressed to be me, I feel like the more I am receiving the healing medicine and listening to sisters and brothers share vulnerably in these closed, safe, non-judgmental containers is just healing for all of us, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing that has occurred in my life, and so I I want to facilitate that for others in the future. So I have a Facebook group that I've started. I'll share the link at the end of this talk, and I would love for any woman who is interested to join us. I'll be offering some live tapping sessions upcoming this week. So I'll come forward with some more information in just a minute. Okay. So now that we've defined emotional freedom, let's take a look at abundance. So for me, abundance means connection with myself, others, and community, and feeling fully free to be me. So abundance can be defined in many ways, and many different people have different versions of abundance. So you'll read that in the book too. That sometimes money means abundance for people, prosperity, abundance. It can be family, it can be time, it can be relationships, it can be good health. Abundance can be freedom, time freedom, like financial freedom. It can be freedom in relationships. So many different things can be defined as abundance. Is there anything that else that's coming to mind for anyone who might be watching as far as what abundance means to you? There's lots of different definitions to different people. There's just so many little things. You see abundance in nature, right? I'm looking out my window. You see abundance in nature. We'll start seeing a lot of abundance springing forward with the change of seasons here shortly. Hopefully, it's still snowing here in Colorado, but soon. So how is cultivating emotional freedom connected with increased abundance? And I've kind of gone through this a little bit already, but when I'm fully in alignment of the truth of who I am and like fully feeling expressed in my truth, all of these other things, all these other forms of abundance tend to just show up in my field. They tend to just come in, right? So opportunities for like connection, opportunities for community, opportunities for money, opportunities for love, support, magical little things that happen come in when I'm feeling emotionally free and in my truth and just feeling expressed as who I am. So that's when the abundance shows up. So can you think of a situation where you felt really grounded, relaxed, safe, comfortable, at ease, and fully expressed, and then maybe like out of the blue, an unexpected gift from the universe arrives, unexpected like call from an old friend, someone buying a cup of coffee for you, maybe an unexpected check in the mail, something like that, or finding, like for me, finding new information that you're looking for in your business or new mentorship, or maybe getting the last toffee almond chocolate bar at the grocery store. There are just so many little tiny little things that you can look at in your everyday life that come in as forms of abundance when you look for them. So we can always have gratitude for the little things that show up, because they're always forms of abundance. So I will go through in just a minute some of the things that I do to cultivate more emotional freedom, and in turn leads to more abundance in my life. Hopefully I'm not talking too fast. I feel like I'm talking really fast. So, number one is movement. Movement, body movement, right? Movement of energy in the body cultivates to more emotional freedom. So the more you move the energy, the more free you feel. Emotions can be felt in the body physically, and they can also be moved through the body through physical movement. So if you've ever felt really good after a long workout session, I mean, hopefully you've had that experience. I know some people have resistance to working out, but those endorphins that come through, or the, that energy that's been moved through the body leaves you feeling like really good at the end. Or maybe you've had like a really long crying session where you feel like total mess. That can also actually feel good after you've gone through it. It's like you can breathe, right? It's like a relief. And that's also energy, emotional energy moving through the body. And the good feelings you feel and the relief that you feel from those activities, that's the movement of energy through the body. So any body movement that feels good, walking, yoga, dancing, stretching, and just finding any emotional expression through doing different movements. Like, we tend to do the same functional movements every day, so it's important to really seek out different ways of moving your body, because that can also help the energy move in different ways through your body. Maybe if you've been feeling stuck in a certain area, try a different form of movement body movement that you haven't tried before. Try something different. And dancing is number one for me, like freeform dancing to whatever music feels good. It always is great medicine for me. And your body loves movement. It loves it when you move. Your body is a vessel for expression, right? Your body wants to express, and it loves movement. It craves movement. And you can also see movement of energy in the body through like crying or laughing or yawning. Those are all expressions of energy moving through the body. And also journaling. We also talked about journaling earlier. And EFT, which I'll introduce you to in a moment, it involves the movement of stagnant energy through the body through the Chinese acupuncture meridian lines. So there's lines of energy that run through the body, and there's certain points on the body called meridian points that are tapped on to release stagnant energy and help it move through the body. Walking on the beach, yeah, walking on the beach is great medicine. Walking anywhere is great medicine. Being out in nature and moving your body is like bonus points. So if you're out for movement, try doing it out in nature. That's also great medicine. Let's see. So EFT involves this percussive tapping on different meridian lines of the body, and it helps with emotional expression. It helps to calm and regulate the nervous system, and it helps to move energy throughout the body. So if you have some strong feelings or strong emotions that are coming up, they can be processed rather quickly through these tapping on different meridian points of the body while stating how you feel, and just stating how you feel in your honest and authentic truth. So when I'm tapping with somebody, I'm leading someone through a tapping session, I always say, even though I ask them to repeat after me, I always say, tell me what feels like truth for you. So change the word. Tell me what feels real for you, because that's what's going to have the most impact. That's what's going to allow the emotions to really move through and allow you to feel freedom on the other side. So once the once you have expressed yourself fully and the pathways of energy are clear, then new ideas can come in, um, new ways of being in the world can come through. So you feel clear and open to listen to the messages of your body, or the messages from spirit or your own intuition, to feel or to feel more clarity come through, to have more clarity come through. So I want to lead you in a quick EFT session, and I usually try to focus on a topic or an area um, that is relevant. And we first, in EFT, so we first focus on the strong emotion or the situation or what's going on, the truth of what's real for us in the moment. And then we bring love and acceptance to it. We bring love and acceptance to where you're at, your current situation, and being really compassionate with yourself is the second part of it. And then once you feel some relief after self-expression, then you can allow for new ideas to come in. And maybe you have ideas of how you want to be in the world, or things you want to embody or embrace going forward. And then you can state those as affirmations or as encouragement going forward for you. And sometimes when you're tapping, actually a lot of times, especially in the longer sessions that I lead people in, they find that these new ideas come in right at the end. And oh, like, can I do that? Oh yeah, I really can do that. Oh, could it be this way? Oh yeah, I think it really could be this way. And it's really empowering, because it's just a good reminder, like from your own self, from spirit, um, that you have all the answers you need inside of you, and that you really are supported in this life, in the way that you want to move forward, that you're always going to be supported, even when the winds blow and the storms come in. It reminds you that you're always safe to be you, and that no matter what happens, like, it's going to be okay. And sometimes we get so emotionally wrapped up in the situation that we can't see that. So it allows that clarity coming through on the other side. So let me just lead you through a quick tap. And I think I will maybe just focus on, for the purposes of the tap, I like to focus on like an emotion, like a strong emotion or something that you're feeling at the time. So let's just say, for example, you're in a moment of anxiety and you want to calm anxiety. So I'll lead you through I'll lead you through a quick 10-minute tap to calm overwhelm and anxiety. So just find a comfortable seat. If you're in a place, I always tell people to tap in a place where you feel safe. So a quiet, safe space, like in your room, or I've many times tapped in my car, because that feels like a safe, quiet space for me. And it's a beautiful way to just have that space to be fully expressed without anyone around. So find a quiet, safe space, and I will just guide you through a quick 10-minute tap. So close your eyes for just a moment. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. And then we'll do two more. Deep breath in and a long breath out. One more deep breath in and a long breath out. And I'll have you just gently start tapping on your chest. And I'll have you repeat after me. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed, I love, honor, and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling so stressed out, or just insert the word you're feeling, I love, honor, and accept where I'm at here. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. And then just tapping underneath the ribs. I'll just show you here. Very good. Even though I'm feeling stressed and overwhelmed, or say how you're feeling, I love, honor, and respect where I'm at. And then just tapping on the side of the ribs. It looks like this. I'm a good person, and I'm worthy of love, even with all of this overwhelm. I love and honor where I'm at. Take a deep breath in. Big exhale. And I'm just tapping on the inside of the wrist here. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm open to loving myself more. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed, it's possible I could get through this. And just take a deep breath in. Big exhale. Tapping on the thumb. Even though I'm feeling overwhelmed, it's possible I can get through this. Tapping on the next finger. It's understandable that I feel this way. I'm still a good person, and I'm worthy of love. Just tapping on the next finger. It's possible I can love myself through this. It's understandable where I'm at. It's understandable this is difficult for me. And just take a deep breath into that. Feel into it. I want you to really feel the emotion in the body. So big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. And you're going to tap on the opposite side of the ring finger. It's possible I can relax a little bit here. And even if you're not feeling that way right now, is it possible? Could be possible. It's possible I can relax a little bit here. Just tapping on the pinky. Deep breath in. Big exhale. It's possible I can relax a little bit here. And tapping on the side of the hand. It's possible it's safe to relax. Take another deep breath in. Big exhale. It's possible it's safe to relax here. Tapping on the top of the head. It's possible I'm supported here. It's possible I'm supported here. Tapping on the eyebrow corners. Perhaps I don't have to do everything at once. And tapping on the side of the eye. It's safe to take things one step at a time. Take a deep breath into that. I want you to really feel into that idea of taking things one step at a time. Feel into the ease that that could provide. Just take another deep breath in. Big exhale. And then tapping underneath the eye. I can take things one step at a time. Underneath the nose. It's safe to relax here. Underneath the chin. I'm always safe, guided, and supported. In the chest. Take a deep breath into that. Big exhale. Knowing you're safe and supported. How does that feel? Even if I don't always see it, I'm safe, loved, and supported. And I can relax into this knowing that I'm always safe, loved, and supported. Underneath the ribs. It's safe to take things one step at a time. And it's safe to relax here. Knowing that I've got my back. And the universe has got my back. And I'll always be supported. It's safe to relax into this knowing. Just take another deep breath in. Big exhale. Tapping on the side of the ribs. I'm safe to move forward from a place of ease. I'm always guided and protected. And it's safe to relax here. It's safe to be me, knowing that I'm always guided and supported. Take a deep breath into that. Big exhale. And I'll have you gently stop tapping and just place both hands on your heart. Close your eyes here. Take a big deep breath in through the nose. And a loud sigh through the mouth. I just want you to feel your seat in the chair and your feet on the floor. Imagine yourself safe and grounded, connected to Mother Earth, connected to all of life that is loving you and supporting you and always wanting the best for you. Really lean into that support. Lean into that groundedness. And we'll take one more deep breath in and let out a big sigh. So if you haven't already, you can open your eyes and just notice how you feel in your body. Notice how your body feels. Do you feel more relaxed? Do you feel more at ease? Anything come up for you? And just notice. Notice what it feels like. And so we're coming to the end of the hour almost. Wow. Can't believe I was able to talk for a full hour. This little introvert who used to never say anything in class. Wow. I am grateful that you spent this hour of your life with me. Thank you so much. And I look forward to sharing more with you in the future and just connecting with you more. Connection is like this medicine that we are needing right now. Love and support for each other and encouragement on our journeys, because this life presents with so many challenges, but they're all for our growth and our good. And we are meant to be in community and share and love and support each other on this journey. I thought for so many years I had to go it alone, that I had to walk it alone. And I was just in my head all of the time about everything. And once I started sharing my truth and expressing myself and realizing that I wasn't alone, that I was in this human experience, just like everybody else, with everybody else, wow, what a relief, right? You don't have to do it all alone. So if you'd like to, I invite you to join my Facebook group. It's called Soul Alchemists and Freedom Seekers. I don't know, that name just came to me. And I will be sharing more about EFT tapping and about my own journey, and hopefully connect with some of you and learn about your journey and learn about what gifts that you have to share with the world. Because if we can connect with each other and share our gifts in this network of like support, there's just so much richness there for us. so much goodness to enhance each other's lives. So I look forward to hearing about your gifts and what you have to share with the world. So if you're interested, let me see if I can pop the link in the comments here. Mm. Mm, paste, copy, paste. There we go. So that's my group, and I'm planning to go live there a lot more often. And I really want to connect and see what other group members have to share. Let's get to know each other. Let's connect and share our gifts with each other, because that is such beautiful medicine. And I really hope to cultivate a safe space and a safe container for that. So I invite you to join us. And I also will be hosting my first live Zoom tap. So March 29th at 5 p.m. Mountain Time, I will be leading a live tapping session on Zoom. And I will post the link for that event inside the Soul Alchemists and Freedom Seekers Facebook group. So if you'd like to join us on Wednesday at 5 p.m. and tap along, it'll be about an hour and a half. We'll do a group tapping session, and you really get to know some of the other women in the group and learn a little bit more. I'll explain a lot more in depth actually about EFT tapping and how it works, because I just gave such a brief synopsis today in just a really brief session. So I look forward to getting to know you better. And let me see if there's anything else. So I wanted to mention too that I am working with women one-on-one. So if you know of anybody that has any interest, or if you yourself are interested in working with me on an individual basis, I will post the link. Let's see. I will post the link to my website, and you can go on there to learn more about me. And if you're interested in scheduling a complimentary 30-minute clarity call, you can also do so. Let's see, it's taking a minute to load, but I'll post it in the comments after this live is over. The link to my calendar if you're interested in getting to know me better and seeing if EFT could be a good modality for your healing. Hopefully I can, I love sharing it. I love sharing it with people because it just helped me so much. It helped me just discover and grow and just become a better human. I'm still evolving, and I love it. I love the journey. I love being a human on this planet. And years ago I couldn't say that, and I am just so grateful to be here in this earth space and sharing it with you. And I can't wait to see how we can connect and co-create this world as we move forward, because it's changing so rapidly, and it's just so exciting to see all those changes. And so I thank you again for joining me in the past hour. I really appreciate you. I love you. I wish you a beautiful rest of the weekend, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon. All right, love you.